What if everything you've been doing to market your short-term rental is completely wrong for your property specifically? Not wrong because you're bad at it, wrong because you're picking the wrong way to market your property. There are 3 types of stays, and each one needs a different strategy to fill that calendar. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you're going to know which one of the 3 marketing strategies you need to use to market your Airbnb or hotel. All right. Let me back up for a second. When I first got into this short-term rental marketing world, I had thought that marketing was marketing. Throw out your Airbnb listing, throw out an Instagram post, boost a Facebook post once in a while, and guests show up, right? No, that's not how it works. Here's what I didn't realize at the beginning. The guests who are booking the tree houses in the middle of the woods are not Googling treehouse rental in the middle of the woods. They're doom scrolling on Instagram past 11 p.m. and looking at their partners saying, I want to book this treehouse. They didn't know that they wanted to book the treehouse until they saw it. They weren't going to go out of their way to search for it. But then there's the family who's booking the rental in Yellowstone. They want to go to Yellowstone. They are actively looking cabin rentals in Yellowstone because Yellowstone is where they want to go. They'll type cabin in Yellowstone into Google and book the first one that looks decent with the best reviews. Do you see the difference? It's the same industry, but a completely different buying behavior. It's kind of like fishing. Some fish are deep within the depths and you have to go dangle something in their face to get them interested. Some are swimming upstream and all you got to do is just catch them as they come by. Some fish need you to build your own pond for them. That's what this video is about. It's figuring out which pond you're fishing in and using the right bait. So here's the thing that changed everything for me. There isn't just one way to get a guest from the internet. There's actually 3. And that's the mistake most rental operators make. This is the mistake that costs them real money. And it's copy and pasting a marketing playbook regardless of what they're actually selling. They're copy and pasting a marketing playbook they saw online and thought this should work for me, right? Because you can't out Instagram a boring rental in a city that nobody's ever heard of. And you can't out SEO a one-of-a-kind stay that nobody's really Googling, kind of like that treehouse. And once you know which one your property is for, you'll stop wasting money on the wrong strategy and start putting that energy exactly where it'll actually work. All right, let's get into it. Here are the 3 categories of marketing. Each category is derived from your specific stay type, and there are 3 types of stays. First, the stay is the thing. If your property could literally be on a billboard, the kind of place that people would screenshot, share to their friends, and say, we have to go here, this is you. We're talking about the A-frame cabin with floor-to-ceiling windows. We're talking about the floating sauna in the lake, the Airstream in the desert with a hot tub that overlooks everything. These places are experiences. The destination is your property. These people will travel to you just to stay at your unique billboard stay. And here's the thing, your guests don't know you exist. They're not going online and Googling Airstream in the desert with hot tub that looks to open sky views and mountains. They're not Googling that stuff. It just doesn't come to mind. It needs to work the other way around. You need to find them. And that's exactly what social media is built for. Instagram and Facebook are built on one simple idea. Show people more of what they already love. If someone double taps every fire pit photo they scroll past, the algorithm is going to serve them more fire pit content, including yours. So the strategy here is straightforward, but you have to commit to it. Post consistently on Instagram, run ads on Facebook and Instagram, target the right interest, follow influencers in your niche, and actually engage with them. Don't just lurk and do nothing. Here's your litmus test. How do you know this will work for you? Well, you got to give it 45 days. Your 45th post should be doing substantially better than your first. You want to make sure that people are liking, commenting, and sharing your content. Plus, you want to make sure that your ads and cost per booking is getting cheaper. You also want to make sure that people are DMing you and asking questions about when they can stay. Now we have our second stay type, the stay near the thing. Your property isn't necessarily the most jaw-dropping place someone's ever seen ever in their life, but it's in a killer location. Maybe it's near a national park, a beach, a ski mountain, a popular lake, music festival, and people are already coming to your area. Demand already exists, it's built in. You just need to stand out and be the one that they book. The keyword here, and I mean this literally, is search. Your guests already know where they're going. They're planning this trip. And so they're typing in cabin near the Smoky Mountains, places to stay in Sedona, Arizona, and they're ready to book. You just have to show up where they search and when they search. There are 2 types of ways to win at search. Let's talk about them. First is SEO, and SEO stands for search engine optimization. This means creating content on your website that answers the questions travelers in your area are already asking. Blog posts about the best trails near your cabin, the top restaurants in town, hidden gems that only locals know about. Not only does this help your guests plan their trip, it signals to Google that your website is an authority in your area. Over time, you rank higher for free. The second is Google Ads, and it's kind of the same as SEO, but it's the fast lane because you pay to be at the top of the page for things that people are searching for. And there's one critical thing to get right here. Do not go after search terms that include Airbnb. For example, Airbnb near me. Airbnb will always outrank you and outbid you and outspend you. You do not want to compete at their game. What you want to do is find keywords that people are searching for that doesn't include Airbnb. For example, vacation rental near me, vacation rental near town. You want to go after the keywords that Airbnb doesn't necessarily care to go after, but also the keywords that people use to search when they don't necessarily want to stay at an Airbnb. Maybe they aren't religious to the brand. So to recap, your two options are SEO, which is the free way to create content that answers questions your guests are asking, putting it on your website and letting the algorithm do the rest. Or you can go the paid way, the fast lane, and use Google Ads to rank very high, number 1 through 3 on the top of the page for those terms that guests are searching. Now we have the stay. Maybe your property is not the most jaw-dropping, but it's also not necessarily near a major attraction. Maybe it's a solid, comfortable rental in a smaller city or rural area that hasn't hit the tourism radar yet or that heavily. Nobody's really Googling your town and nobody's really drooling over your property on Instagram. If that's you, I want you to hear me out on this. This doesn't mean you're stuck. It means your strategy has to be smarter and a little broader. You're going to use all three tools: social media, SEO, and Google Ads. But the way you use them is completely different. On social media, don't make it about your property. Make it about your local area. 80% of your content should be flexing about your local area, sharing the local secrets, sharing these trails, sharing these special places that you think other people would enjoy. Then the other 20% is your actual stay. Share the experience of somebody staying at your house or hotel and enjoying that perfect life in this town that your stay is in. I say all this to say because you need to do more than just sell a rental if you're kind of off the beaten path. If your stay is the stay, you need to sell a reason to visit and also a place to stay. On the SEO and Google Ads side, don't go after vacation rental in your small town. If no one's searching it, no one's clicking it, and no one's booking it. Instead, think about who your guests are and what they're searching. They're more than likely in a big city nearby, and they just simply want to get away, don't care where they go. They're Googling things like cabins for rent near Boston or lake rental 1 hour from Nashville, or family vacation with a pool. It could be as simple as that. Target those searches. Just meet your guests where they are. Okay, let me give you a clean way to think about all this so you can screenshot it or save this video and come back later. The first type of stay is the thing. Your property is the destination. Guests don't know you exist yet. And so your strategy is to use social media and maybe a little bit of influencer marketing through channels like Instagram and Facebook ads to find your guests. Your litmus test here is 45 days of consistent posting, and you're going to track everything: comments, messages, likes. You want all these numbers to go up between day 1 and day 45. And then we have the second type of stay, the stay near the thing. You're in a high demand area. You have cool things all around the place. Guests are actively searching, and so your strategy is SEO plus Google Ads. Make sure to target vacation rental terms and not Airbnb terms. You're going to win by showing up before your competition does, and I'll be honest, not a lot of people do this strategy, even in some of the big markets. Then you have the stay. You're not necessarily unique, not necessarily in a high demand area, and guests don't know you or your area, so you have to sell them on both. 80% of your content should be about things to do in your town or local vicinity. 20% should be about the property. Your ad should target city dwellers searching for a nearby escape. They don't necessarily care where they go. They just want a very specific set of variables and elements. Here's how to know which path is right for you. Ask yourself 3 questions. Would a stranger stop scrolling for my property? If yes, you're likely the stay is the thing. So start with social. Ask yourself, are people already traveling to my area for a specific reason? If yes, you're likely to stay near the thing. So start with SEO and Google Ads. And if your area is under the radar, And there's not a lot of tourists that hang out at any point in the year. You're probably the stay. So start with social, search, and build your own demand. And if you're still not sure which marketing strategy you should use for your stay or which stay type you are, go to the description below. I made a quiz. It's 4, maybe 5 questions where you'll figure out which strategy is right for you. But the most important part is, at the end of the day, if you're still not confident, you just got to start with one. Because no matter what, within 30, 45, 60 days, you'll figure out if that was the right path for you. And even though, sure, take some time, it's still better than marketing for years on end using the wrong strategy because you did not identify your stay type. Click below, take the quiz, totally free. And if this video helped you at all and thought about your rental and marketing strategy differently, comment below. I respond to every single comment. I just want to know which specific part helped you so I can make more videos leaning into that angle. And if you're new here, welcome. This is where we talk about short-term rental marketing because we want to build short-term rental businesses that do not rely on anyone else or anything else. If that sounds like your mojo, click the subscribe button and I'll see you in the next video.